great cover letter to back up your resume? Are you wondering what are you even supposed to say in your cover letter? If this sounds like you, tune in because in this video, you will learn how to write a cover letter that tells your career story and how to use your cover letter to land your next new job. If you haven't met before, my name is Neekee Virani and I'm an Employment Counselor at the Joint Neekee Employment Services at the YWCA Hamilton. One of the things that my clients struggle with the most is the cover letter when applying for a job. They're not really sure what is the purpose of the cover letter or if you even need one to land a new job. Before we jump into how to write a cover letter, let's talk about the purpose of the cover letter and why you need one. A lot of things have changed in the job market in the last year, but one thing that hasn't changed is that you still need a cover letter when applying for a new job. Think of the cover letter as a mini sales presentation. You're the product and you're presenting yourself to the employer. Your employer has a problem and you are the solution they're looking for. So basically, it's an introduction to you and the experience that you can bring to the company and to the position. The cover letter is going to be the first thing that an employer is going to look at, and we all know how important first impressions are. So why do you need a cover letter? Your cover letter is your chance to introduce yourself to a future employer and explain why you think you are the best candidate for the job. From the employer's perspective, it is to assess if they should engage with an applicant further in the recruitment process. So a cover letter should be included when you're applying in response to a job advertisement. While the resume focuses on you and the past, the cover letter focuses on the employer and the future. It is to tell the hiring professional what you can do to benefit the organization in the future. A good cover letter can help you get an interview. Remember, your cover letter is your sales pitch. You're the product. Let's take a look at how the cover letter should be formatted. The cover letter header should have your name, address, contact number, and email. You can keep the header similar to your resume. The look and feel of the cover letter should match the look and feel of your resume. It will let the hiring manager know that these two documents go together. You should then include the receiver's name, their title, company's name, and address. If you can't find the name of the hiring manager, you can search it on the company's website, social media, or even LinkedIn. If you still can't find it, then you can address the letter to the hiring manager. But always try to make an effort to find out who the hiring manager is. The next paragraph is going to be your opening paragraph. The key in this section is outlining why you're writing the cover letter in the first place. If applying to a particular opportunity, discuss the opportunity. How did you find out about the position? Did someone refer you? If so, convey their name. If a cover letter is not addressing a specific job, then identify the specific industry, department, or role that you're actively pursuing. The last sentence in this paragraph should state a brief summary of qualification or your interest in the position. The cover letter is also a good place to include the skills that are hard to categorize under any single job position. For example, if good communication, organization, or multitasking are important qualifications for the job you're applying for, use your cover letter to explain how you demonstrate these in the workplace. And the next paragraph is where you're going to include bulk of your content. Here you're going to include your experience, specialized knowledge, work-related values, and personal attributes. This area of the cover letter highlights the reason you're an excellent candidate for an upcoming position or company, as well as your interest in a prospective opportunity. Remember, your goal is to stand out from the hundreds of people who might apply for the same position. You want to mention a few examples of quantifiable or measurable achievements in your career. You want to avoid simply repeating the components of your resume here. However, do mention and elaborate on points that you have noticed are a job requirement or are important to the employer or organization. Start with choosing key components of your educational and work background, your skills, competency, and values. It is essential to draw a connection between your prior experience and the upcoming job opportunity. Make sure you review the job posting carefully and review the company's website and their activity on social media. This will help you place important keywords and phrases throughout your cover letter. In the next paragraph, talk about why you picked the company. Let them know with your words why you're very interested in working with them. This is your way of building rapport and relationship with the company over a piece of paper. So tell them firstly, why them? Make the person reading feel that they are the only person at the moment that you want to work for, even though that might not be the case, and they probably know that. Reach out to a company, go on their website, find out what is it about them that you like. Don't just say that they have been operating since 1998 or that they are an exciting company to work for. Employers can see right through that. Pick something real if you want to make an impact. And lastly, finish your cover letter with an overview concerning your motivation to attend an upcoming interview, your interest in a particular role and company or the employer. This is also a good place to answer any question posed to you in the job description. You can also include your plans to follow up. A word of caution though, if you specify a follow-up date, be sure to act on it. Lastly, thank the employer or the organization for the consideration of your interest in an upcoming opportunity. You can finish your cover letter with a sign-off, such as sincerely, kind regards, or something professional. Type your full name below the sign-off and if possible, sign above your typed name. If you're adding an enclosure to your cover letter, you can illustrate you have done so with an enclosure and then type the name of the additional document, such as your resume, reference letter, anything that you're attaching. And finally, I want to end the video with some tips to keep in mind when writing your next cover letter. Attempt to keep your cover letter to one page. Remember, most employers spend less than a minute going through your resume and cover letter. You don't want to write too much, but include information about your relevant work experience. Be sure to leave lots of white spaces, as sometimes too much text can make the person reading it feel overwhelmed. As you're writing your cover letter, let them know what you can do. Focus on what you can bring to the job and to the employer. This is not the right time to talk about what you want to learn in the position. You want to show what your experience can bring to this job. Thank you for listening, and I hope that you'll tune in on our next video.